The Eastern Sour is a Trader Vic cocktail that first showed up in print in his book Trader Vic's Kitchen Kibitzer as the Eastern Sour Punch, a large format punch that serves up to 15 people. And like many of the Trader Vic cocktails that we know, we see his markings, his template: orange juice, lemon juice, orgeat, rock candy syrup, and in this case, bourbon. The Western Sour was a Steve Crane cocktail, and according to Beach Bum Berry, they were served at his Kontiki restaurant chain. Both of these drinks contain whiskey, and this time of year, I enjoy nice whiskey cocktails. And speaking of time and whiskey, that brings me to today's sponsor, which is Original Grain Watches. Original Grain has been making watches from unique materials for 11 years now, and for every watch that they sell, they plant a tree, over 700,000 trees and counting. Right now, you can save over $100 at originalgrain.com/drink. They're running a $100 off Black Friday sale, but you can use the code DRINK to get an extra 10% off. Original Grain has recently partnered up with Jack Daniels, and I'm a sucker for Jack Daniels, the brand and the bottle, and the stuff inside. There's nothing more iconic in the spirits world, and these watches are made with authentic reclaimed Jack Daniels whiskey barrels straight from Lynchburg, Tennessee. They have a full line of bourbon watches as well, and this one that you see is the Charred Whiskey, which uses reclaimed charred oak bourbon barrel wood. I really love the look of it, and especially that movement. And don't forget, right now you can save over $100 at originalgrain.com/drink. They're running a $100 off Black Friday sale, but you can use that code DRINK to get an extra 10% off. On paper, the Eastern Sour and the Western Sour are not very close. Not at all. They're very different, but we'll compare them anyways. Later, Trader Vic would expand the Western Sour to the London Sour to commemorate the opening of Trader Vic's in, you guessed it, London, but we will save that for another time. Basically, it's just the same as this one, but with scotch. So let's make some sours. I'm gonna start with a glass that has some ice. I'm gonna squeeze in half an orange and drop it into the glass, half a lemon and drop it into the glass. Then I'm gonna add a dash of orgeat, dash of rock candy syrup, and then 2 ounces of bourbon. I'm gonna decorate this with some fresh mint and a fruit stick. So there you go, the Eastern Sour by Trader Vic. For the Western Sour, I'm gonna start with half an ounce of lime juice, 1 ounce of grapefruit juice. It calls for white, but I don't have access to that, so I'm using ruby red instead. 1/4 ounce of a 2-to-1 rich simple syrup or rock candy syrup, half an ounce of falernum, and then 2 ounces of bourbon. So there you go, the Western Sour from Steve Crane. All right, it's the showdown that no one asked for. So let's try these. Let's try with the first one, Trader Vic, the Eastern Sour. It's very good. Maybe even great. We give our good friend Trader Vic a lot of crap sometimes because there's just so much acidity. There's so much lemon juice in cocktails. And in this case, it's a whiskey sour. So you want a heavy amount of lemon juice, and then you want the bourbon to come through. Turns out when you're juicing half an orange, half a lemon, you're going to have no idea how much volume you're putting in there. Obviously, nowadays we should be measuring these things. But if you look back to this was originally a big punch where he was actually juicing the fruit and putting the fruit into the punch. So that's why I wanted to keep it original. But it has the right amount of sweetness. The orgeat is maybe not really there. In the background, I should say. I would make it the same way, except I would just use orgeat and no rock candy syrup, just to get more of that flavor coming through. The only thing I can say is I think the fruit in the glass is what kind of makes this better. You're getting some of the oils, more oils than you normally would. You're getting like sweetness from the orange, but I think that the orange oil helps there too. But then the fruit in there, you're getting some of that pulp, not too much. But overall, it's just giving a more like fresh taste to it. You can taste the juices, but it's not overly acidic. It's not overly lemon juice. And I think it's really good. Obviously, if you're making this at home, you're not gonna make it exactly the same as me because the amount of juice that goes in the glass is different, but I have confidence in you. You can figure that out. Just make it like this. It doesn't have to be exact. Not everything has to be exact. All right, let's move on to Steve Crane's Western Sour. That's pretty tasty as well. It's totally different. It is mainly a cocktail that is falernum. That's the tropical standard falernum, so it's pretty intense. And then grapefruit. So highlighting bitterness, but it's not too bitter. Plenty of sweetness. What's lost to me is the sour aspect component. When I think of a whiskey bourbon sour, I'm thinking whiskey and lemon. And obviously you're not getting that because there's no lemon in here, which we should all know. Before you try it, you're not going to get that. But it's just, that's a different cocktail. And it feels more tropical and tiki because you get the spice notes in there, because you get the combination of the grapefruit juice that has some lime in there to help acid. And basically the lime juice is helping acid adjust the grapefruit. You don't necessarily taste the lime juice, but the falernum there, the bourbon's in the background. The bourbon doesn't come through as much as it does in the Trader Vic's cocktail. So both are delicious. They are probably perfect for the person that doesn't necessarily want a full-on like tiki tropical cocktail, but something that is bourbon whiskey forward with, you know, a nice, a balanced out amount of sweetness and acidity. Both of these are great. Both of these are different. I'm not going to say that one of them is substantially better than the other because they are different. I enjoy both of these. I think these are both excellent cocktails. I just refinished the bar top. I put a different coating on it. It looks a little bit different, but the top coat here, it said it needs like 21 to 30 days to cure. So when we're done here, I got to take everything off and put it back there, but whatever. All right. That's it for this one. If you enjoyed this one, this is the Eastern Sour versus the Western Sour. Both great cocktails. You should try both of them if you have not already. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like below. Consider subscribing to this channel if you want to support this channel more. Go check out my Patreon page, and otherwise, I will see you in the next one.